Hey guys, it's me Heidi and welcome to my channel. In this channel, I'm going to talk about how to learn foreign language because I can speak Chinese, English, Russian, Tajik, Afghanian, and Iranian language. And I can say that I have a lot of experiences how to learn any language. And if you like this video and if you enjoy this video, please guys subscribe to my channel and click on the bell for notifications. And today I'm gonna talk about how to learn English as a foreign language. I totally understand you guys because I'm also Tajik and I started to learn English when I was maybe 7 or 8. And I was sure that until I was 18 years old, I was sure that my English is perfect until I moved to China. And how I learned English and what helped me today, I'm going to talk about these things. And I figure out that there is 4 tips how I learn language. First, I had a goal. My goal at that moment was that as I moved to China and there I wanted to study my master, and our teacher, he was explaining everything in English, and also my classmate, her name is Madiha, exactly my friend, she was speaking in English perfect. And that time I couldn't understand her. Mady, if you watch my video, hello. And thanks for Mady, she really helped me too much because I remember that when we just when we met each other, she was speaking so fast and I was like, what you are talking, I didn't understand. And we used our body language and we were talking. And also my classmates, all my classmates, they were foreigner and no one couldn't speak their Russian or Tajik. All people, they were speaking just in English. So I was shocked, like, you know what, like how I will talk to them, what I will say, because I think at that moment my English level was like maybe elementary or like this. So my goal was that I need to learn English because I want to talk to my classmates, I want to talk to my friend, I want to understand what the teacher is speaking, because my teacher, he was speaking in English and I wanted to understand about what he is speaking, because he was Chinese but he really had perfect English because he lived abroad a lot. And so was my goal. So guys, my first advice that if you want to learn any foreign language, you should have a goal. And the second tip for me is get hooked with something. For example, for me, I really like to watch movies, serials, and YouTube, or read books, or like these things. Before I'll read everything, I watched everything in Russian language or Tajik language. But when I moved to China, the resident was for me another choice. So I started to read everything in English. I started to watch everything in English because my best friend at that moment, Mady, she couldn't speak any language, just Arabic language, her mother tongue, and English language. I of course Arabic language I cannot speak, but English a little bit. So I need to improve my English. And when we went to movie, or when we watch movie, or we went to cinema, or like these things, I was like this, what, I need to learn English because I want to understand. So I started to watch all TV shows, all serials. I started to watch in English. Yeah, from beginning it was really hard for me to understand. I really didn't understand. Or like for example, when we went to the cinema, maybe when the movie finished, I was going like, about what you said, what, please can you tell me what he said. Or when I came back home, I read about this book or about this movie or like this. So this is the second thing, you should get hooked with something. And also, when I just started to learn English, I bought for me books. They were like for 12, 13 years old children, and I read them. I didn't mind that like they are for children because they were like suitable for my level. And also there is another thing, as we guys know today, nowadays, YouTube it is so famous. So you have to watch everything in YouTube bloggers or like whatever you are watching in English, because here they are, the people, they are speaking in simple like language, you can understand this. And the third tip, it is practice every day. Guys, you know, if you want to learn language, you have to practice every day. Like, for example, today I will study, tomorrow I'll not study, after tomorrow I'll not study. Like this, it will not work. You need to practice every single day. For example, in my case, it was really hard because when I went to China, I studied English, and also, you know, my main reason was when I went to China, I need to learn Chinese language. So I had a lot of like homework, like these things in Chinese language. But you know, I have found for me time, like even 15 minutes I found for me, I will practice English. I watch maybe like sometimes video, sometimes I will read, for example, 10 pages before I slept. Like these things, you should practice every single day. And look, here is like this. I want to mention that, like, yes, I started to learn English when I was 7 until 18 years. I thought that I have a perfect English, really. I really thought that I have a perfect English, because when we had tests or examinations or something like this, I got really good marks. But I never speak with someone, you know, like I didn't use this language in my daily life. I just like when our teacher, she give us like, for example, tests or like exercises like this, that I had done everything good and I got good marks, and I thought like, yes, I have perfect English. And I even didn't think about that, like I never used this language, how I can be sure. So like, and there is, from this is, we are figure out the fourth reason tips. There is learn language where it is spoken. It is really, for me, it is the most important tip, because you know, when you are using language, like when you are learning language, but when you don't use it, it will not work. And my advice here, yes, yeah, like not every person have, you know, like chance, opportunity to go out from their country and live abroad, for example, and use this language. But you know, nowadays, Instagram, YouTube bloggers, there is a lot of apps, like you can use them, you can find for you friends who are native like speaker, or even if they are not native speaker, if they are from another country and you guys don't understand each other language, I'm sure that you will use English. Like in my case, for example, my friend, she was talking in Arabic language, and I didn't, I was speaking in English and in Russian, so we didn't understand it, like not, she didn't understand Tajik language and I didn't understand Arabic language, so we need to speak in one language, so we choose for us English language. So like this, it will really help for you. And also, you know, like if you will speak with like these people, you will learn faster. So I think that it is a huge mistakes, like when you are learning language and and you are speaking with the person who is speaking with in your language. I think like this, it will not work. So like guys, there is 4 tips. You should have a goal, you should get hooked with something, you should practice every day, and you should learn language where it is spoken. So guys, thanks so much for your watching, and here are my tips for learning English. If you have any tips, that you can share them in the comment, and because as I'm going to learn Spanish language, I would use them and I will be really happy to read them. And it was really hard to make this video, because as it is my first video here, and I hope that you guys really like my channel, and please subscribe and share your tips, and see you soon. Goodbye.